Hey folks, this is your old buddy Bill Sherfusy, General Manager of JC's Snack Shack in Aragon, Georgia. Here at JC's, we are open for breakfast and lunch starting at 5:30 a.m. till 3 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday. Don't miss out on our homemade cat head biscuits and our country breakfast sandwiches. Even though our chili dogs and chili burgers are hard to beat, we offer a menu for everyone's taste. Remember, we're JC's Snack Shack, where everything starts with chili. Call ahead on our phone numbers 678-685-6010 and go Jackets.
It's the Rockmart Yellow Jackets Coaches Show here on WZOT.
Okay, thanks for tuning in tonight to the Coaches Show, coming to you live from Rockmart Methodist Church. And under some of the great cooking of Robert Torteline.
Bill Sherfusy.
And Bill, yeah, I was going to say his name,
Brother
but
Bill.
I figured you would take all the credit for it, though, Robert.
No, not even close.
All right, but we thanks to everybody that came out tonight, and thanks for tuning in. And girls just won their softball game earlier, just a few minutes ago, so congratulations to them. But tonight we got the football team on, and got Coach Parson here with a few of his players. But we'll just go ahead and get started with you, Coach, and talk about a little bit about Friday night, and Friday and Saturday night, one of the
Sunday
longest
morning.
and Sunday morning, one of the longest football games that I've ever been involved in. But I think after the first quarter, somebody in the booth made the comment that it was like 20. That was the longest first quarter, a 26-hour first quarter that we had. But it was a tough loss to our rivalry over in Cedartown. But we just want to kind of get your perspective on that, and I guess start off. Let's look at some of the positives of the games that you and the coaches saw from your standpoint.
Yeah, I was talking to a coach that down in Noonan today. He was just calling and checking in, and I told him, I said, every year there's always something. You feel like you experienced a lot coaching for 22 years, and there's always the unknown of something in this game of football will come up. I don't think I know I've never experienced anything like that where you come back and play the next day, and then you're getting ready. I mean, we brought these kids in at 4:30 on Saturday, and I look down, it's 8:30, and they're not even dressed yet, because of the weather delay on Saturday. But kids were resilient. They were eager to get out, and we started off, and we were 3rd and 8 at the 41, and we had a play called up. They defended it well, and Luke scrambled for a first down, gave us an opportunity to keep playing a little bit. We ended up making it 7-3, and we got some momentum. I think we got, we made a big play. Luke hit Aiden and ran it down there inside the 20-yard line, and then, thought we had a little momentum right there. We gave it to Nate up the middle. He got about 6-7, got popped and lost the football. They scooped and, got the ball back. Those are those opportunities that, mature teams that you can't turn the football over. And that's what we preached before the game of you got to win the turnover battle. We did not win that in Friday and Saturday's football game. So that hurt. That was a momentum buster. We got another opportunity down there. We picked up a first down inside in their territory a little bit with a pass to Aiden, another pass to Aiden, and I felt like at a moment we'd take a shot in the end zone. We did. Hindsight's 20/20. I wish I had that play called back. I really did. I put our quarterback in a bad situation. And, they defended it really well. They made a play, and obviously he went, 90-something yards to the house for a touchdown. It kind of hurt a little bit. It stung. That turnover stung a little bit, 14-3. And I think the one I told our team today, I think the kind of dagger that really stuck us hard was, they came out in the third quarter and they put a drive together and scored, which that's what good teams do. When you come out of halftime, you obviously, if we're on defense, we want to make a 3-and-out stop, get a field position, get momentum, and go, and we just couldn't get them off the field. We had a couple penalties that hurt us. We had them 3rd and long, and we ended up with a late hit penalty. Selfish play by us and extended the drive, and they ended up punching in, made it 21-3. We just couldn't muster anything on offense. We just, couldn't find a rhythm back till about midway through the 4th. We started moving it a little bit, got down there, and then they had a strip sack on us as we got flushed out of the pocket. Ball bounced their way. It didn't bounce our way. I think we caused a lot of that. And I told our team before we went out on Friday, and I got to keep remembering that it was a 2-day game, that the winner of this game will not beat themselves, and we beat ourselves. We didn't play Rockmart football to the best, and we wiped the windshield. We don't look in the rearview mirror, and we're going to move forward, and we're getting ready for Cartersville this week.
Looking at both offense and defense, any players stand out this week that kind of surprised you coaches?
I thought our offensive line held up really well. They fought hard. They weren't perfect by no means, but we moved the football a little bit. The pass protection was pretty good for the most part. I thought Aiden caught the ball well offensively. I thought Tyree ran the ball well at times. It's just for whatever reason we just could not put it together consistently in times where we needed to give our defense a rest. Nate Davis ended up being our player of the week. He had 11 tackles. He rushed for 30 yards. We put him in a position to make those tackles. We had a little bit of a defensive plan. We had Reese and Nate stacked in the middle, and Reese was the guy that was just going to take all the bloodbath work in the middle as far as taking on the lineman and the fullback type stuff, and then Nate was able to roam. We just defensively we wasn't very physical. They had their way with us a little bit, and I challenged our teams. I just thought that Cedartown played harder, and that Cedartown was more physical on Friday and Saturday. And it doesn't make who we are or who we're going to be, and that's just the reality of a game. And so the challenges were told, and now we'll see which kids will rise to the top and with the challenge that we set for them. And I told a reporter this after the game. We've got to search for our identity. What are we going to be on offense? What are we going to be on defense? And what are we going to be on special teams? And then equally, what are people going to say about our team that they see just by the naked eye? Are we a tough physical team? Are we a soft candy apple team? Those are the comments that that we're going to be judged by. Are we resilient? Are we battle tested? Can we withstand bad things that happen in the game, and can we overcome it and get it back into the fourth quarter and give us a chance to win? So those are the things that we got to find out who we are, in the next week with Cartersville, and then we got an off week before we get into region play.
Yeah, you take out the mistakes, and it's a lot closer game than what the scoreboard shows out there. Tell us who you got here tonight.
Yeah, I got Reese Owens, who's, as long as I've been here, has played in our program from middle school to high school. And we got Luke Clay, who I think has grown up in the rec department all the way up and is a senior. And then we have Luke Parker, who came to us in March or April this year from Darlington, and he's our quarterback. Luke Clay is outside linebacker / tight end at times, and Reese Owens is a linebacker, inside linebacker / tight end at times.
Yeah, and you've got with Reese and Luke here. They played vital roles last year in the run that we had. Guys, this year, you two are two of the leaders now. How are you stepping up there to take the place of some of those the seniors that left last year?
Well, I feel like the seniors last year, they showed me a good way to lead a team. So, like, when something goes wrong, you really can't just hang your head and act defeated. You gotta motivate the rest of the team to be the best that they can be. So I feel like the seniors did that. They did that good at the end of the year, like when we were closer to state. And so I really want to instill that at the beginning. So at the end, it's like clockwork.
Luke?
My thing is that, like when some of our guys get down and we start losing, like plays and yards, some of us like to point fingers at each other, and we can't do that as a team. So I try and, keep everybody calm, but, I have my times too sometimes. So, when offense isn't going good, I go up to the O-line, I go up to Luke. I try and, encourage them, just shake it off, and we'll get it next drive. And, I just try to stay positive and be a good leader.
All right, and new guy down here, Luke Parker, coming in, leading the offense now. And how is it playing for Rockmart?
It's been great so far. I mean, everybody's been so welcoming, and the team's been great. The coaches have been great, and I feel like I've just been a perfect fit so far. And I feel like we're gonna have a great run at it. I feel like we're trying to figure out ourselves right now, but I feel like it's gonna be great, and we're gonna have a fun year.
How was it? Did it throw off the rhythm having to go in after just a few minutes in the first quarter, go into the locker room, wait, then the next day having to wait? Did that throw off some of the rhythm that you guys had?
Oh, yeah. Well, it obviously throws off a little bit of rhythm, but, I mean, the other team had to deal with the same thing, so you can't really make excuses about it. You just got to find a way to fight through everything that comes at us.
All right, good deal, Robert.
Well, I mean, you're right. Both teams had to deal with it. But, Coach, I mean, you plan all week for how you're going to do something and to get these kids ready. And then all of a sudden you got a 3-day ball game, it seems like. And that's tough for anybody, let alone coaches, along with the players. But you know what? It's the beginning of the season. It's a learning game. That's what the coaches do. They go back and pick and see, and you guys can watch the film and see what you can do. I'll go Luke across the table from me. What do you think you got to do against Cartersville next week? Are we even playing that yet? I mean, are we working on that, right? Or you've been talking about it? So, okay. So what do you got to do against Cartersville?
I think on defense we have to be way more physical than we have this past game. I think we have to get I just think we have to get more physical, use our hands more, and don't let nobody get hands on me, because I just got to be more physical, and that goes for everybody. Offensive wise, we got the size. We're huge up front, and we're also young. I think this is their second year going. Our whole O-line is very young, and they're huge. But, I think we all just got a little bit more learning to do and just playing time, and I think it's just part of a football season.
Parker, you being the first year here, that rivalry game that everybody has, and you come into that rivalry, and now you move on against Cartersville, a tough competitor. But you've had a couple games under your belt now. Feel more comfortable with what you're going to do forward?
Yes, sir. I feel very comfortable. Like we said, we're trying to figure out our offense right now, and I feel like late in the last game we got into a rhythm, and I feel like we're going to be able to run the ball decently, and I feel like we're going to have to be able to take what they give us in the passing game. So I feel like if we just execute, really, that's really all it comes down to, who executes better.
There you go. And Reese, it's like you said, lead by example. So you got to get out there and hit somebody, and you got to get out there and pick your team up. And what are you going to do a little bit different against Cartersville? Or are you going to do the same thing?
My plan against Cartersville is I gotta be more positive with my teammates when they mess up or when they do something wrong. I gotta be the positive influence, because our team right now is that, like Luke said, they like to point fingers, and that's just something that at the beginning of the season I feel like Rockmart has always done, but when it goes on they quit doing it. But we're going to have to quit pointing fingers and just man up and play Rockmart football.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back and talk a little bit more with Coach down here about this week.
What's up? This is Riley. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Chicken Club sandwich is the Applewood bacon. It's savory, and then it's also kind of sweet. And I think the combination of bacon with chicken and Colby Jack cheese, it just really knocks it out of the park.
Hey, I'm Tanea. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Chicken Club sandwich is the chicken. It's so juicy. It's grilled to perfection. I'm gonna devour this sandwich.
Order the Grilled Chicken Club sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Discover better banking with Century Bank of Georgia. We are dedicated to building strong, long-term relationships with our clients. Invested in our communities, we proudly support numerous local businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Century Bank of Georgia. We want to be your bank. Contact or visit us today.
What kind of cake will they serve at your retirement party? Chocolate? Red velvet? Because whether you plan to retire in 15 years or 50, a State Farm agent can help you take charge of your retirement and help make it seem like, well,
a piece of cake.
Sherman Ross State Farm Insurance, here to help and serve you. Call them today at 770-684-3500.
Get your bronze on. Visit Totally Bronze Tanning Salon at 254 West Elm Street in Rockmart to get that beautiful bronze look. Totally Bronze Tanning Salon has a very clean and cool facility with a safe, well-lit parking area. For a quick tan, they have sunless spray tanning. Call them today at 770-684-3003 for an appointment or go by 254 West Elm Street in Rockmart.
Our kitchen is where our life happens. It's the heart of our home. It wasn't always perfect, but now it is, thanks to a home equity line of credit from Family. I just love my kitchen.
Use the equity in your house to love your home with Family Savings Credit Union. Visit FamilySavingsCU.com. Equal Housing Opportunity member NCUA. NMLS number 800746.
Termites, wasps, ants, roaches. Do these words bring fear to you? If so, put an end to these fears by calling Harrelson Termite and Pest Control. Being the largest pest control company in Polk County, they can rid you of your fear of these words and bring a smile to your face. Call today at 770-684-1488 to schedule an appointment.
Is your thermostat breaking your wallet each month? The reason could be your home is not adequately insulated. Have the experts at TNT Insulation help put money back in your pocket. Call Tim Montgomery today at 770-684-1887 to schedule an inspection. TNT Insulation can handle all your insulation needs, and they specialize in spray foam insulation.
Lewis Motor Company in Rockmart carries a wide variety of quality vehicles with the inventory updated on a regular basis to provide you with the best selection. Let Lewis Motor Company put you in a vehicle with their guaranteed credit approval. Lewis Motor Company, 218 South Piedmont Avenue in Rockmart.
It's the Rockmart Yellow Jackets Coaches Show here on WZOT.
Okay, welcome back to the Coaches Show. A big thank you to Rockmart Methodist Church for allowing us to come down here each week. A big thank you to JC Snack Shack Catering, Bill Shiffersey, and Robert Torline here providing a great meal. I encourage you to come down and eat every week. It's $12, isn't that what it is?
$12, yep.
And it's a great meal. But I got to do one thing tonight. He's often been described as the man, the myth, the legend, but it's his birthday today, and he's one of the biggest Rockmart fans that's ever been, and that's Stevie Coker. Happy birthday to Stevie.
Yeah! Happy birthday!
We might get Stevie on there in a little bit, and he might want to sing or something, right?
He's one of the few that call in after the games.
Yeah.
Thanks, Stevie.
All right, let's get back down here to Coach for a little bit, and then we'll talk to these guys a little bit more here. And I know Robert said, "Are you looking at Cartersville?" How important is it that you go ahead and turn the page and start looking at Cartersville and putting the Cedartown game behind us?
Well, I think it's just like life, you know. When you got to wake up the next day and you got to roll your sleeves up and go to work, you know. Something happens every day, right, to us at some point in our lives to where it don't go the way we want to go, and you know, It's kind of how I've been raised. You don't cry over spilt milk. You just go to work and you grind, you be gritty, be tough. And, told our coaches, we're not looking for problems or whining about our problems. We're here to coach and find solutions, coach our kids up and put them in the best spot to be successful. But it's also the kids' responsibility to take some ownership of this team and, listen. I think that's the first thing, and that's the message I talked today is, you got to listen to the words. You got to listen to the message that we're trying to preach to you and teach. And then, just play hard, be tough, be physical. And, but no, we move forward and, heck, how many times in my tenure here that we've started 0-1? I really don't know the number, but I would say probably 4 out of 9 years or something like that, and then it's like I tell my own kids this, it's not how you start, it's how you finish something. And, that's the message that we'll always preach, that, I've got the analogy of what I said a while ago and I told our team this summer, we've got to learn how to wipe the dirt and grit and grind and bugs off the windshield and keep moving forward and not worry about what happened. So not looking in the rearview mirror to see the past behind us. We want to keep looking forward and being positive, be the best team we can be the best teammate we can be the best coaches we can be. So our challenge gets even, I don't know if it's even tougher or how do you put it, but it's another challenge ahead of us that we're playing a 4-5A team, whatever they are now, and obviously the prestige that Cartersville has had in the last decade or so. And there's a reason why we want to play them. But it's an old rival, and I saw something today on Twitter. Our guy sent it to me on text. It was on Twitter that it's the first time in 11 years that Rockmart and Cartersville have played.
I would have thought it'd been more than that.
Yeah. So, but I know you go way back whenever Cartersville and Rockmart's always been a big rival, and I think my wife talks about it all the time because I think it was one of her best friends that had an accident on a motorcycle. Is that what it was? A little moped over here in the stadium when Rockmart was 5-0 and Cartersville was 5-0, and I don't think it went really well for Rockmart. I hope that's not the case for Friday night, but. I know it's been a big rival in the past, and I'm glad that we get to renew that, hopefully, for years to come, and be good for the communities. And I know our kids, they want to play. They want to play in big-time games. And for whatever reason, GPB TV has put it on as Game of the Week in the state of Georgia. So our community will be recognized, our school will be recognized, and our team will be recognized. There's something that we've done here to allow that to happen, and I wish I could share all the emails of the people that's involved in this at that TV station and reporters and all that of, looking forward to really digging into Rockmart and the success that we've had in the past and all the good things that they've heard. So, one loss doesn't define us. 2 losses, 3 losses, 4 losses, whatever it's going to be, I know this. I know the heartbeat of this team. They're gritty. They're tough. We've got to get that out of them, and we expect big things on Friday night.
We're still early in the season, and you hadn't been practicing that long either. But you still trying to get a grasp on who your starters are going to be, or are you pretty close to that?
No, I think that, if you can create competition at practice where people are battling for jobs, that's going to make you better. We've got 55 players, 12 seniors, 8 juniors, 20 sophomores, and 20 freshmen. So we're a very young team. You take Reese and Luke, who played a lot last year. And then Tristan, who's played for the last 3 years on the field. and you take Nate, who played last year. Other than that, there's not a lot of experienced players. So we knew we were going to be young, and we talked about this last week. But it is a really good young, because I think this team, and one of the coaches in a staff meeting yesterday said, you know, there's just something different about this team. Can't really put my finger on it, but it's a good different. Like, it's fun to coach these guys. There's not a lot of egos where we've had that in the past. You know, there's not a lot of me guys. You know, we address some of that because we do. I mean, every team's going to have a couple of those guys. You know, and they either buy in or they get out. I mean, that's how we do things here at Rockmart. And right or wrong or indifferent, proof's in the pudding. They'll buy in, or they won't play, or they won't be on the team. So we've got good leadership with these three young men, and then obviously we got some other seniors that are doing a good job. You know, time is still on our side, because we're first game in. We've been in pads for 3 weeks now. You know, so yeah, I mean, you talk about summer is fun, but it doesn't really get you a true understanding of what your team's going to be, because you don't put pads on. You don't get to beat on each other. You don't get to see who can withstand all that. We're still rolling in a lot of players. So it's like I told those guys, whether you're on the starting lineup, when they call, you know, hey, left tackle will be Jaden Thompson, you know, whatever. We rotated 7 or 8 linemen in Friday and Saturday's game. You know, we rotate about 6 receivers in, 3 or 4 running backs in. You know, D-line, we're probably rotating around 6 to 7 of those guys that rotate in. Outside linebackers, there's 4. Inside linebackers, there's 3. You know, so we're playing a lot of guys, but there's still a lot of inexperienced guys.
Well, and you got to have, you know, you have a lot of kids that play both ways too, and you have more of those that you can rotate in and at least give them a little bit of a break. You know, not having just to play every down the whole game. All right, boys, what are we going to see from Cartersville? If y'all watched any film, know anything about them?
I do. They're going to be very disciplined. Cartersville is a very well-coached team. They're going to be at the right spots, and they're going to play fast and physical, and they're going to play full speed, and they're going to play to the whistle every single play, and they're not going to stop playing until the timer hits 0. So we can expect a team that's going to do all the things right. It'll just end up being who comes out on top by executing each play.
All right, defensive guys, what kind of offense they got?
They're a very pass-heavy team with screens and stuff like that, and then with running the ball, they run the ball just a few % of the time, but you better expect the pass, because they have some dudes at wide receiver.
That's what I was about to say. I know they have some good kids at wide receiver, and I know a little bit on the defense. They got good kids in the back half. Their skill is really up there. I'm still studying their O-line, D-line, but I know they're skill players. They're coming to play, so we got to bring it to them.
So are there certain plays that you're looking for? I mean, you've all been studying, so then you can tell each other what's going on next, so you feel like you know what they're going to be playing. I mean, how do you communicate on the field? Because coach is on the sideline, he really can't do nothing. So there's got to be a coach on the field, which is you in offense.
Yes, sir.
I would assume. On defense, somebody's got to be in charge. Who's in charge on defense?
The middle linebackers, me and Nate Davis are, and last Friday, me and Nate, I feel like did a really good job at calling out the plays, calling out what people need to do. It's just, I guess when you're tired, it's hard to listen for some players, and that they're going to have to learn how to open up their ears, and that's just part of being young right now. But it's all going to work out in the end. They're going to learn how to open up their ears. They're going to learn how to move and how to cut all that extra noise out and listen for my voice or Nate's voice.
And you're right there, because I'm going to tell you, they're not used to this. I mean, you guys are, so you've been through all this, but it's a little bit different when you're winning and you're losing. But like Coach said last week, you're playing tougher teams on purpose, and they want to see what your guys are worth. So how do you make sure when you grab them by the helmet and say, okay, look, man, or what do you do? Do you love them up? What do you got to do?
I mean, if they make mistakes, like for example, one of our guys jumped off sides. I kind of lost my cool, but after that happened, I encouraged them. I was like, "Come on, you got. I just told you, we got to stay disciplined. We got to stay focused, and let's just go back and not make that same mistake, and let's go out there and execute. I mean, that's really what we do." And Reese and Nate did do a really good job communicating to us. I might not have heard it the first time Coach Sykes, said it or whatnot, and I'd had to ask Reese, and Reese would tell me. And they were being loud all night. They were doing their job, and they did pretty good. And we got to come and execute this Friday on defense.
So when you come to the sideline to see Coach on the play, does he just give you a play, or does he tell you what to do with other people? You're the coach on the field, so what do you have to do when you get out there?
So he usually just gives me the play, and I have to run it back into the huddle, or he might tell me, look for this guy, or look for this side, or we're trying to do this on this play. So I'll take it to the huddle and then tell them the play. If anybody has any questions about what they're doing on that play, I'll tell them. And then I'll just maybe one or two times, if we're struggling a little bit, give a few encouraging words, and then just try to control the offense from there on out.
Yeah, that's important.
All right, we're going to take one more break and come back and go down and have a final word from these guys and send it to the coach and wrap this thing up for tonight.
Tilly's Home Furnishings at 966 Cedartown Highway has new shipments arriving daily. Online shopping on their new website, TillysHomeFurnishings.com, or come by and shop from our 42-inch digital catalog in our showroom. Don't be silly. Call Tilly's 770-684-5314.
Come see us. Ask for Scooter.
Broken pipes, flooding, and storm damage are things we hope never happen. But when they do, Elandon Restoration Service should be your first call. They are licensed and insured to handle the project from the drying throughout the repairs. Local, hometown, and family owned. They provide 24/7 emergency water and sewage removal for Polk and surrounding counties. They're an insurance claim specialist and 5-star rated on Google. Call them at 470-884-5931. Look them up on the web at www.elandonrestoration.com or Landon Restoration Services on Facebook.
Silver Comet Furniture, your one-stop shop for every room in the house. Are you still sleeping on that mattress you bought from Mr. Ernest at Piedmont Furniture? Time to hitch the horses to the wagon and head down Highway 278 towards Cedartown for the best deals in bedding and furniture. Financing is available, no credit needed, free delivery within Polk County. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
JC Snack Shack, located at 2536 Rome Highway in Aragon. We are open Tuesday through Saturday from 5:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Breakfast is served till 10:30 a.m. Enjoy cathead biscuits and breakfast sandwiches fresh every day, chili dogs, chili burgers, and all the fixins. You can finish up with fry pies, soft serve ice cream. Come in and check out all the Running Wild sauces and spices, beef jerky with an unbelievable selection. Give them a call, 678-685-6010. That's JC Snack Shack, where everything starts with chili.
What kind of cake will they serve at your retirement party? Chocolate? Red velvet? Because whether you plan to retire in 15 years or 50, a State Farm agent can help you take charge of your retirement and help make it seem like, well, a piece of cake.
Sherman Ross State Farm Insurance, here to help and serve you. Call them today at 770-684-3500.
Discover better banking with Century Bank of Georgia. We are dedicated to building strong, long-term relationships with our clients. Invested in our communities, we proudly support numerous local businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Century Bank of Georgia. We want to be your bank. Contact or visit us today.
Here's a real tweet from a real Chick-fil-A guest. T-La-Lay31 writes, having dinner with my little buddy at Chick-fil-A and he found the slide. We may never leave. Aw, sounds like fun, T. It's the little things that bring kids to the dinner table. Now, getting them off the slide, that's another story. May we suggest nuggets and dipping sauce? Tweet your stories at Chick-fil-A with hashtag the little things.
It's the Rockmart Yellow Jackets Coaches Show here on WZOT.
Welcome back to the Coaches Show, and we're going to wrap this up here tonight. We're going to go just down the line here with these guys, and I want to save him for last, but we're going to start down here with Luke Parker. Just tell us what your plans are when you graduate, and any final words for tonight.
I hope to play college football. I'm not really sure where yet, just wherever the opportunity takes me after my season this year. And really, I'm not sure. I'm just going to take it day by day right now and just see what God has for me in the future.
I'm not completely sure what I want to do yet. I know I've had some wrestling coaches from college come and message me and, invite me for visits and whatnot. But I'm also looking to be a lineman, for Carroll or Greystone or whatever it should be. But yeah, I'm not completely sure what I'm gonna do yet. It's nothing set in stone, but we'll just have to see what the future holds for me.
All right, I'll let you off the hook, but
I don't really know what I'm gonna do when I graduate high school yet. I don't know if I'm either gonna go the college route or the trade school route. I'm just gonna I know the Lord has a plan for me, and what the Lord has my plan for is going to be the best for me, so I'm just going to let it play out.
And you gotta pass that class, and you made that comment about your teacher sitting over there, so yeah, she'll remember that.
She's an amazing teacher.
She's a great teacher.
Oh no, we don't want to hear that now.
My favorite teacher, Dr. Lumpkin.
All right, Coach, we'll send it down here to you for the final word of the night.
Yeah, we got a busy week this week. We start by kicking off on Thursday. Our middle school and JV kicks off their season. We'll travel down to Callaway Stadium down in LaGrange, and we'll play LaGrange's middle school. And it just slipped my mind what it's called, but then we'll play LaGrange's JV. And that's part of, they're part of on our schedule with that Carroll County League that we're in. So we'll be leaving early for the middle school to get down there for a 5 o'clock kickoff. And then right after that game, I know it says 7, but if it's 6:30 or 6:40, we're going to kick off as soon as we can so we can get back. So we're about an hour and a half down there. So if you want to watch, middle school and our JV play, come on and watch them, support them. And then obviously we'll be kicking off in Cartersville at 7:36. It's TV time kickoff, from what I got on the email. So we're excited about this opportunity. We had a good morning practice today. Kids were in good spirits. I don't know if they were in good spirits after I talked to them after practice, but, I hope that they heard the message and understand that, their coach is intense. And their coach hates to lose. And, I look at it as when we put a bad product on the field and we turn the ball over, we can't tackle, we can't do those things, that's part of me. That I look in the mirror and I can't sleep at night because I'm like, what did I do wrong? Where did I miss it this summer? What do we got to change now? So I'm an extension of them. It hurts me just as much as it hurts them, because I want these kids to enjoy and experience as much success as they can in high school. And so, and these boys talked about it, is God is good. God's got a plan for this team. And, we've got good people loving on us. Pastor James walked in from 101. He feeds us every Friday morning and gives us the word. Obviously, Brother Jason at First Baptist is our quote-unquote character coach who comes and loves on us. about twice a week out at practice. And I know that our community is super proud and excited about this upcoming football season. And, whatever happens, we know that at the end of the day, and I've told these kids this, and I've told their parents this at parent meeting, my job is to coach them and teach them the game of football, but also teach them the game of life. And through wins and losses, you can learn good and bad things. And so we've got to take it with a grain of salt. We've got to swallow our pride, be humble, but also be hungry. And that's what we're going to do this week. We're going to stay hungry. We're going to fight. We're going to give them our best shot. We know we're the underdogs, and we're okay with that. And, we got nothing to lose other than play our best. So we're excited about this opportunity on Friday night.
All right. Robert?
I don't have any. That's good. I mean, we'll be back here next Monday night with volleyball, and then you guys right after that at 7 o'clock. So we'll be looking forward to talking to you then and seeing the rest of the season after that. So it's here.
That's right.
All right. Once again, thanks to Rockmart Methodist Church and JC Snack Shack Catering for everything tonight. And like Robert said, next Monday night, what are we having to eat, Robert? Do you remember?
Chicken fingers.
All right.
Will your son eat that? I mean,
I don't know. He's like his mama's picky.
Comes in with McDonald's.
That's why he looks like a green bean.
All right. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and we'll be on at 7:15. We're coming on at 7:15, not 7:36, but 7:15 we'll be on for the pregame show. So tune in. Thanks for tuning in tonight to the Coaches Show.
You have been listening to the Rockmart Yellow Jackets Coaches Show. Tune in next week to WZOT as we come to you live